The scene opens with Matthew, Jesse, Jackson, Jake, and Spencer sitting in the courtroom. They are all on trial for robbery and assault. The judge, who is a Gungan, is sitting in front of the courtroom, and the prosecutor, who is a human, is addressing the jury. The jury, which is comprised of characters from Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, is sitting in the jury box. Your Honor, members of the jury, these 5 defendants are guilty of a heinous crime. They robbed a local convenience store and brutally assaulted the store clerk. They have disregarded the law and act without regard to the consequences for their actions.
Could the prosecutor provide any evidence to support these claims?
Is that how Gungans sound? Yeah, whatever, that's where we're going with.
Yes, Your Honor. We have surveillance footage of the defendants committing the crime, as well as the testimony from the store clerk who was able to identify the defendants.
The judge looks over at the defendants, who are all at different reactions. Matthew looks hungry, Jesse looks stoned, Jackson looks scared, Jake looks confident, and Spencer looks worried.
Very well, the defense may now take their opening statements.
Like, wait, were they Jamaican? Whatever, that's what Gungans sound like now. The defense attorney, who's a Twi'lek, stands up and addresses the jury.
Members of the jury, my clients are innocent. They have been falsely accused of the crime and we will prove it.
Prosecutor looks skeptical, while the judge looks interested in the defense case.
Let's start with the first defendant, Matthew. He's always hungry and his father is not around. He loves pickles and never commit the crime because he's always busy looking for food.
Matthew nods his head in agreement, while the jury looks at him with sympathy.
Next is Jesse. He's tall, smokes a lot of weed. He's not capable of committing crime because he's always too stoned even though what's going on around him.
Jesse looks up at the ceiling and nods his head.
Jackson looks like Ed Sheeran and this peaceful person. He's not capable of doing something like this. Jake likes Magic the Gathering and women of color. He is a harmless person who will not hurt anyone. Lastly, Spencer is saving for his retirement and is about to get married. He would have no motive for committing a crime and is clearly not guilty.
The jury, which includes characters such as Qui-Gon Jinn, Padme Amidala, and Darth Maul, look at the defendants and then the judge, who looks thoughtful. The prosecutors present the surveillance footage and the store clerk testifies. The defense attorney cross-examines the witnesses and presents alibis for the defendants. After both sides have presented their cases, the judge gives the jury instructions and they retire to deliberate. Scene cuts to the jury room. The characters are discussing the case. I think the defense has presented quite a strong case. The defendants seem to have alibis and no clear motive for committing the crime.
I agree. The prosecutor's evidence is circumstantial and doesn't prove beyond a reasonable doubt the defendants are guilty.
I disagree. The surveillance footage clearly shows the defendants committing the crime, and the store clerk's testimony is convincing. They should be found guilty.
The jury continues to deliberate and debate the evidence, weighing the pros and cons of both sides of the argument. After some time, the jury reaches a verdict.
Your Honor, we have reached a verdict.
The judge calls the courtroom and orders the defendants to stand up.
On the charge of robbery, we find the defendants not guilty. On the charge of assault, we find the defendants guilty.
The defendants, along with the defense attorney, look relieved and happy, while the prosecutor looks disappointed. The judge thanks the jury and dismisses them. The defendants are sentenced to a period of imprisonment. Part 2. The scene opens with Jake, Jesse, Matthew, Jackson, and Spencer sitting in the prison yard. Jake is now a muscular bodybuilder. Jesse looks angry and dangerous. Matthew is studying a map and it looks like he's planning something. Jackson looks nervous and fidgety. Spencer is sitting with a group of inmates who all look up to him. Okay guys, the plan is in motion. We're gonna break out of this joint tonight. The group looks nervous and excited and nervous. I'm ready for anything. Just give me a reason to unleash my anger. I've got the drugs we need to bribe the guards. Let's stay focused and stick to the plan. We don't want to get caught. The group huddles together and whispers, planning their breakout. Meanwhile, the guards are on patrol, completely unaware of what's about to happen. Later that night, when the prison is quiet, the group makes their move. Matthew leads the way, using his knowledge of the prison to navigate them through the halls. He uses his strength to break through the locked doors. Jake provides cover and protection. Jackson slips the drugs to the guards to distract them, and Spencer kept everyone focused and calm. They successfully break out of prison and escape into the night. The scene cuts to the next day, where the guards are discovering the breakout and the police are on a manhunt for the escaped inmates. The group is now on the run, using their newfound skills and strengths to evade capture. Jake uses his bodybuilding skills to scale walls and outrun the police. Jesse uses his anger to intimidate anyone who gets in their way. Matthew uses his intelligence to plan their next move. Jackson uses his drug smuggling skills to stay hidden. And Spencer uses his leadership skills to keep the group together and motivated. The scene ends with the group making it to a safe location. They sit and catch their breath, relieved that they made it out. Part 3. The group is sitting in a safe house, discussing their next move. Alright, we need to get out of the city as soon as possible. The police are on high alert and it's only a matter of time before they catch us. I'm not going back to prison. I'll do whatever it takes. Yeah, we're gonna get real jobs. We need money. How are we gonna survive? You know what? Fuck it. From now on, Spencer's gonna be a super southern for no reason. We'll figure it out, fellas. First things first, we need identities. I know a guy who can help us with that. He's a forger and owes me a favor. The group nods in agreement and sets off to find the forger. The scene cuts to them getting new identities and documents. They take on new names and backgrounds and set off to start new lives. The scene cuts to a group working part-time jobs. Jake's working as a bouncer at a nightclub. Jesse's working as a construction worker. Matthew is working as a computer programmer. Jackson is working as a delivery driver. Spencer is working as a manager at a retail store.
This job is easy. I get to flex my muscles.
Oh, I hate this job, but at least it's something to take out my anger. The job's boring, but at least it pays the bills. I'm just glad to have a job, but I miss the rush of smuggling drugs. Alright, this job is steady income, but I do miss the excitement of being on the run. The group is making a new life for themselves, but they're consistently looking over their shoulders, waiting for the police to catch up with them. It's only a matter of time before they are caught and have to face the consequences of their actions. And try to make the best of their situation. Hope they can stay hidden and free. Scene ends with them sitting in a park, looking out at the city, wondering what future holds for them. Part 4. The scene opens with Matthew being led into a police interrogation room. He's handcuffed and looks exhausted. The detective is sitting across from him, studying him intently.
Alright, Matthew, we know you were involved in the prison breakout. We have evidence linking you to the crime, so let's cut to the chase. Where are the others?
Man, I don't know.
You don't know? You expect me to believe that? You were the mastermind behind the breakout and you don't know where your accomplices are?
I'm telling the truth. I don't know where they are.
Fine. Say what you say after we finished our investigation.
Detective storms out of the room, leaving Matthew alone. Scene cuts to the rest of the group, sitting in their safe house watching the news on TV.
I'm worried. They got Matthew.
Oh, that traitor, he's gonna rat us out. Oh, we need to get out of here now.
Come on, fellas. We need to stay cool and stick to the plan. Matthew wouldn't betray us.
The group debates what to do next, but they are interrupted by a knock at the door. The scene cuts to the police bursting into the safe house and arresting the remaining members of the group. The group is put on trial for their involvement in the prison breakout and other crimes. Matthew testifies against them, telling the court that he doesn't know where the others are or what they were planning. The group is found guilty and sentenced to life in prison. The scene ends with the group sitting in their prison cells looking defeated and alone. Part 5. The scene opens with Matthew sitting in his prison cell, looking defeated and alone. Suddenly, a guard comes to his cell and unlocks the door.
Matthew, you have a visitor.
Huh? Who is it? The guard leads Matthew to a visitation room, where he sees an older man sitting at a table. The man is heavily tattooed and has a stern look on his face. Matthew looks at the man in shock.
Ed?
Yes, Matthew, it's me, Daddy.
I don't understand. I thought you were dead.
Oh, I faked my death. Had to protect myself and my businesses.
What business?
Run the Polish mafia in this prison. Now you're part of it too.
I don't know.
You don't have a choice, Matthew. You're my son, and you're going to do as I say.
What do you want me to do?
Oh, I have a big job for you. Big job. are going to be in charge of it.
I don't know if I'm ready for this. Part 6. Scene opens with Matthew sitting in his prison cell, thinking about his father's offer. He knows that it's risky and dangerous, but he also knows it could be the chance to gain power and respect. He decides to accept the job and enlist the help of his friends, Jake, Jesse, Jackson, and Spencer. So wait, is this like the alternate thing? Did I miss something? Because like this is, didn't Matthew rat him out? So is this like, are we an alternate ending now? Whatever, I guess it doesn't matter. Guys, I have a plan. We're gonna break out of prison and steal the Bill of Rights.
That's a big plan.
I'm in. Are you sure this is a good idea?
Come on, we have to be careful and stick to the plan.
The group sets to work, planning the breakout. Matthew uses his intelligence to map out the prison and find a weakness in the security. Jake uses his bodybuilding skills to create a diversion and overpower the guards. Jesse uses his anger to intimidate anyone who gets in their way. Jackson uses his drug smuggling skills to bribe the guards and create a distraction. Spencer, okay, this is literally the exact same thing as earlier. Let's just move on past this. The group successfully breaks out of prison and makes their way to the National Archives where the Bill of Rights is kept. They manage to sneak past the security guard and steal the document. They then make their escape, evading the police and authorities. Scene cuts to the group, sitting in a safe house, looking at the stolen Bill of Rights. They are all exhilarated and relieved that they were able to pull off the heist. This is it. This is our ticket to power and respect.
Did it!
I can't believe it. What are we gonna do now?
We need to lay low and figure out our next move, I think.
The group is now on the run again, with a valuable and powerful artifact in their possession. They're determined to use it to their advantage and gain the power and respect they desire. They know that they must be careful and watch their backs. The authorities are still on the lookout for them. The scene ends with them huddled together, looking at the Bill of Rights. Part 7.
We need to add amendments to this document. We can use it to our advantage to gain power and respect.
Good idea. What kind of amendments do you have in mind?
I've been thinking about this thing for a while. I propose an amendment that makes it unlawful to keep Mustang rims on a vehicle that is not a Mustang. Oh, it's genius.
Oh, that's ridiculous. I don't know if it's a good idea.
Trust me, it'll work.
The group sets to work, adding the amendment to the Bill of Rights. They sneak back into the National Archives, replace the document where they stole it from. The scene cuts to the Polish mafia, who have broken out of prison, are searching for the Bill of Rights. They are led by Matthew's father, who's determined to stop the group and take the document for himself. The scene cuts to the National Archives, where Jake and Jesse have both fallen in love with a feminine man who works there. They're both competing for his affections, which is causing tension and disruption in the group. The scene cuts to the final showdown, where Matthew's father and the Polish mafia confront the group. Matthew's father tries convincing Matthew to join him, but Matthew stands firm, says, "Man, I'm not doing that." The group fights against the mafia, and in the end, Matthew is forced to fight his own father. And Matthew emerges victorious, and the group escapes with the Bill of Rights and their new identities. But their future is uncertain, as the authorities are still after them. The scene ends with the group sitting in a safe house, looking at the Bill of Rights, and wondering what the future holds for them. Epilogue. The scene opens with Spoba entering the safe house, where the group is hiding. He's surrounded by his henchmen and looks confused and menacing.
I am Shiborba.
What the fuck was his... I don't think he spoke English, so what... Oh, he's speaking in Huttonese. I'm looking at the thing now. So... We don't answer to you. I don't have a pod racer. The scene cuts to a group discussing how to build a proper pod racer. Jake, Jesse, and Spencer are brainstorming ideas, while Jackson is in the shower and misses the whole conversation.
I know how to build a pod racer.
How?
I read it in a book. Where are we going to get the parts?
I know a guy, Rick, from the library. He's a genius with the mechanical stuff. The group sets to work, building the pod racer with the help of Rick. Jackson emerges from the shower and is confused about what is happening. Huh? What's going on? Oh, building a pod racer. Why? So I can win the race and keep my family name. Then cuts to the pod race, which takes place in the desert. Matthew, Sebulba, and other races are competing. Jake, Jesse, and Spencer are cheering for Matthew, while Jackson is still confused.
This is it. This is my chance. Matthew and Sebulba are neck and neck, but in the end, Matthew emerges victorious. Sebulba is furious and tries to attack Matthew, but he's stopped by the henchman. I am the winner. Scene ends with Matthew holding the trophy and his friends are congratulating him. They're all aware that the danger isn't over yet. Be careful. It's uncertain what will happen next as they are being chased by the authorities and Sebulba is still after them. Qui-Gon Jinn, watching the pod race from the distance, sees Matthew's determination and skill and is impressed by his abilities. He approaches Matthew after the race.
Impressive. You have the potential to be a Jedi.
Why?
Because we have similar facial hair.
I don't know anything about being a Jedi.
That is why I'm here to train you.
Matthew becomes a Jedi and is trained by Qui-Gon Jinn. Picks a green lightsaber because it's the color of pickles. Authors or narrators note here, Matthew would totally pick a blue saber, but I'm just that's neither here nor there. Why does he get to become a Jedi?
Man, that's awesome!
We need to focus on our next move. I wish we had a spaceship. The group sets to work, trying to buy a spaceship. They're looking for a used one, but it's not easy to find one that fits their needs. Has to have a large shower, plenty of hot water. That's not a priority right now, to be honest. I wish I had a lightsaber.
Maybe we can find one on our spaceship.
The group eventually finds a spaceship that fits their needs, and they set off on the journey. But Jesse is still jealous of Matthew and his new Jedi abilities. Along the way, they encounter different challenges and adventures. They always stick together, using their unique abilities to overcome them. The scene ends with the group flying off into the galaxy, ready for whatever lies ahead. Post epilogue. Scene opens with Matthew using his Jedi mind tricks to clear the group's criminal records. They are now free to move on with their lives. Jackson's still in the shower and misses the whole plan. It's done. We're free.
How did you do it?
It's the power of the Jedi! Why does he get to be a Jedi? Scene cuts to Jesse seeking out Lord Palpatine, who resembles Matthew's father for some reason. He's angry and jealous of Matthew's Jedi abilities and wants to gain power and respect like him. I want what he has.
I can give you power and respect, but it comes at a cost. Don't do it, man!
He's playing with your emotions! Jackson emerges from the shower and is confused about what is happening. Huh? What's going on now? I'm going to be powerful! The scene cuts to Jesse betraying Lord Palpatine and getting so angry that he causes the destruction of the Death Star. Jake and Spencer blow it up. Jesse, don't do this. You always get everything! The scene cuts to Matthew and Jesse dueling, but Jesse is jealous of Matthew's Jedi skills. In the end, Jesse is defeated, but the group escapes with their lives. What happened? By the way, I thought the Bill of Rights was a towel, and now it's ruined. Probably should have left it on Earth. The scene continues, with Spencer taking Jesse's lightsaber and promising to give it back if Jesse behaves. You can have this back if you prove to me that you can control your emotions and make good choices. Oh, fine. I'll be your mentor. I'll help you become a better person. Scene cuts to Jake and Jackson using the spaceship to go to Chicago and find the perfect burger. That's the best burger I've ever had. That's pretty perfect. Scene cuts to Matthew seeking out evil Darth Boneham? Who the fuck is Darth Boneham? The scene cuts to Matthew seeking out evil Dark Boneham to put an end to his tyranny. You will not harm anyone else. You think you can defeat me? I know I can. The two engage in a lightsaber duel. Matthew emerges victorious, but not without some injuries. It's done. You may have won this time, but there'll always be others like me. I'll be ready for him. Scene cuts back to the group where Jesse has proven himself to be the better person, and Spencer returns his lightsaber. They all sit together, enjoying their burgers and reflecting on their experiences. Talk about the power of friendship and the importance of mentorship and the consequences of choices. Scene ends with the group looking out into the stars, ready for whatever adventures may come their way. Scene opens with Jackson presenting his plan to rewrite the Bill of Rights. Alright, I've been thinking we need to add some new amendments to the Bill of Rights, like free hot water for everyone and Windows 10 keys for everyone, because honestly they're going to be cheaper than the Windows 11 ones. That's a bit unrealistic, don't you think, bud?
No, it's important. We deserve to have access to hot water and technology. Scene cuts to Spencer taking Jesse speed dating. Okay, Jesus Christ. The scene cuts to Spencer taking Jesse speed dating as a character building exercise. Well, this will be good for you. You'll learn to interact with people and control your emotions. I don't know about this. Meet different women, but Jesse's jealousy towards Matthew and Jake's Jedi abilities keeps... When the fuck did Jake become a Jedi? Whatever. Towards Matthew and Jake's Jedi's abilities keep getting away. So, what do you do? I'm not a Jedi like my friend Matthew. I'm not sure what that means. Never mind. Scene cuts to Matthew taking on Jake as his Padawan learner. Oh, okay, I guess that's when Jake becomes a Jedi. Potential Jake. He can teach you how to become a Jedi. Really? Yes, but it won't be easy. Don't worry, I'm ready. They begin training and Jake shows great progress, but Jesse is jealous of Jake becoming a Jedi. Oh, why does he get to be a Jedi? You made your choice. The scene ends with the group reflecting on their experiences and choices they made. They talk about the importance of personal growth and the power of second chances. The group is looking forward to the future and ready for whatever challenges may come their way. The scene opens with Matthew meditating when he is visited by the Force ghost of his father. Matthew, my dad, I have come to help you with your duty. Father? I done like this now. That's just what happens when you become a Force ghost. You have grown into a powerful Jedi, but your friend Jesse needs guidance. He's torn between the light and the dark side. This is what Polish people sound like. I know. He's been struggling with his emotions. You want to for balance. It is only then when you become a Jedi. I will. The scene cuts to Spencer and Jake going shopping, running into Rick. Well, I'll be Rick. It's been a while. Oh yeah, I know. How is stuff lately? Good. Such. How's the library? It's going. Everything. How's the spaceship? It's working well. We've been on some interesting adventures. Oh, that's great. So you heard about the UTK football team? No, tell us. Scene cuts to Ben Shuffler being back in town, and Sierra, Sam, Jamie, and Rachel starting a band called What's New with Canoes. We're starting a band!
Yeah, and it's called What's New with Canoes.
We're gonna rock the town, bro. I guess is what we're going with. We're going to be famous.
That sounds great. I hope to hear you play soon. I'm Ben Shuffler. Scene ends with the group excited about their new projects and adventures. They reflect on the past to shape them and how the future holds new opportunities. The scene opens with Matthew having a conversation with Jesse about becoming a Jedi. This is like part 10, by the way, where shit's a mess. I did not organize this well. I believe you're ready, Jesse, but there's one condition. What is it? You have to be the lead singer of What's New with Canoes. Really? Yes, it'll be good for you. You'll learn to control your emotions and connect with others. Scene cuts to Jamie's dislike of Jesse and instantly calling Jesse Messy Jesse. I don't know. I like Messy Jesse. Why do you call him that? I don't remember what any of these voices were. I don't know. It just seems fitting. Sierra, Rachel, and Sam start chanting Messy Jesse every time Jamie says it. I'm not messy. Scene cuts to the band What's New with Canoes becoming popular. Oh, it's selling out of shows. Oh yeah, we're gonna be famous! Oh, I never thought I'd get to be a Jedi and lead singer. Scene cuts to Jackson returning the Bill of Rights to the National Archive. Finally, it's where it belongs. Scene cuts to a homeless man breaking into the spaceship and taking the radio. What the hell? Well, at least we'll have some tunes. Click!